Have you ever walked into someone's house and immediately feel a little cozy? And it's not the extra candles, the extra pillows and blankets that they have. There are actually 8 tips and tricks behind this that can help you create a more cozy home. And today I'm sharing 8 different tips and tricks that make your home feel warm no matter your style. Okay, so starting off, we're going to be talking about lighting. And the number one thing is to avoid white bulbs and instead using warm yellowish lighting to help make your space a little bit more calm. Usually the range is about 2,700 and 3,000 kelvins. That's not only a secret tip, there's actually psychological reasoning for this. It mimics sunsets, which is a natural relaxation cue for your body. And also, psychologically warm light for people tend to be more calm, safe, and inviting. So a practical tip that you can do is replace your white and cool bulbs with a more warm and yellowish calm light. Another really interesting tip is your color and material palette. Using earthy tones like deep browns, greens, and even reds change and affect the way you feel in that space. For example, rooms like this that have a bright white or gray, it looks a lot more modern. However, it loses that sense of comfortness and creates a more cold feeling when you walk into that space. In having these deeper colors and different materials throughout your space alongside with having that warm yellowish light will help with the light bouncing off one object to another, creating a more calming space in your house. There's even a concept from Christopher Alexander where he says humans feel more at ease in environments that echo the natural world. And when you think about using these natural tones in your living space, it really can create a more calming vibe into your space. And just think about it. The materials that calm us the most are the materials that we've been using for years. Wood, stone. Your brain sees those textures and automatically thinks, oh yeah, I know I'm safe. A big part of creating a more calm space is thinking about the materiality of your certain items. And number 4, it's embracing nature. And I know a lot of people are not gonna like this, but it's time to become a plant parent. Honestly, not only that it's good for you, and it also helps in creating this calm space for you to live in. And the psychology about that is actually biophilia. Humans tend to feel calmer when surrounded by natural elements, similar to the color and material palettes. Being real wood from your furniture, your decor, or even frames, to having natural stones in your countertop or your coffee tables, or even small details like cork or even woven baskets can help a space tremendously become a little bit more calm. For step number 5, we're going to be talking about role of textures, where not having enough texture can create a more lifeless and flat space. That's when you can start playing a lot with different materiality like wool, like having a wool rug that has layers to it and isn't completely flat and plain. Another fun part about this is it allows you to become a little bit more creative in the sense of adding different types of materials and mixing them together, like wool, linen, and velvet. And the goal with those is to make your space become more calm by making these moments more visual and engaging and more tactile. And another one that connects with the first very step that we talked about, lighting, is overhead lighting, where every single interior designer talk about them hating it and you can't create a cozy space using it. And it's partially correct. By just looking through these homes, you can start to see that uneven layered lighting instead of a uniformed overhead light can help create a space and change the entire mood of that one space. Like using lamps throughout your entire house, and avoiding big lights. It helps create warmth and inviting atmospheres. Another huge one that helps with improvement of comfort is fire. Everyone loves sitting by the fire. And this is a perfect way to create these comfortable spaces in whatever room you're in. And this psychologically helps because it's a symbol of safety, warmth, and relaxation throughout history. By simply having a candle being lit or warm dimmable lighting that emit a fire glow, help you avoid that awful white hospital lighting that makes places uncomfortable to be in. Okay, now number 8 is all about setting boundaries. Not emotional ones, but more spatial ones. Because here's the thing, humans feel more comfortable in spaces that are more defined. Spaces like this and that don't really help with comfort because everything seems so strangely placed and your brain doesn't register as that space being comfy. If you just have a couch floating in the middle of the room, it actually feels a little exposed. But the second you add a lamp or a side table or maybe even a plant, suddenly it becomes a whole new different place. And that's because you created a spatial zone where your brain goes, okay, this is a spot where we relax and sit, and I'm safe here. It's kind of like sitting under a tree when you're still outside, but there's a sense of enclosure and it makes you feel protected. So next time you look around your house, if everything is kind of just randomly placed around, try to fix that by creating these separate little spaces. When you zoom out, align one with one another and create a overall comfortable living space. And now finally we're going to be talking about embracing curves and soft shapes. Sharp, rigid geometry makes a space feel more like it's a city, busy, and a little stressful. But curves really feel like it's nature. Think of hills, rivers, and even clouds. Everything just gently flows. And psychologically, rounded shapes signal safety. Sharp corners signal watch out. So if you feel like some spaces are a little bit more harsh and cold, it could simply be the fact that you have no curves. Just by softening some of the few edges, and the whole space can start to feel a little bit more calm and more inviting. So yeah, turns out coziness isn't really about how many throw pillows you have or how many candles you have burning. It's simply about tricking your brain in 8 very gentle tips. If you want more videos like this, where real designers talk about real living spaces, feel free to like and subscribe and follow me for more because I'll be posting a lot more soon to come.